Muppet Kids in Gonzo's Big Mess by Debbie Kovacs, illustrated by Tom Brannon. Now remember, said Miss Feely to her science class, the science fair starts tomorrow morning. I hope you all have been working on your projects. If you want to be in the fair, bring your project to the school gym by 10 o'clock sharp. Everyone in the classroom was buzzing with excitement, especially Gonzo. He was so excited about the science fair that he could hardly sit still in his seat. I can't wait till tomorrow, he whispered to Scooter. As they walked home that afternoon, Gonzo talked happily to Scooter about the science fair. Wait until you see what I've made, he said. You're going to be astonished. You're going to be impressed. What is it? Said Scooter. I can't tell you. I want it to be a surprise, said Gonzo. Come by first thing in the morning and I'll show it to you. Just then, Gonzo and Scooter walked past some trash piled up next to the curb. Suddenly, Gonzo made a dive for the trash heap. Just what I need, he shouted. He reached in and pulled out an old metal crank. What is that for? Asked Scooter. This is the finishing touch to my science project, said Gonzo with a happy gleam in his eye. Oh, laughed Scooter. I thought it was just another piece of junk you wanted to cram into your bedroom. Scooter, said Gonzo as they got to Gonzo's house. I know you think I have a messy room, but that is because I am a great inventor, and great inventors always have messy rooms. Whatever you say, Gonzo, said Scooter, shaking his head. See you tomorrow. That evening, Scooter was reading in his room. He heard some pebbles hit his window. It was Gonzo, and he was very nervous. Scooter, he said, do you have a shoelace? Sure, Gonzo, said Scooter, opening the window and throwing it down. Here you go. Oh, thank you, said Scooter. I need it for my project. I was sure I had one in my bedroom, but... You couldn't find it? Finished Scooter, laughing once again. In the morning, Scooter went to Gonzo's house. He knocked on Gonzo's bedroom door. Are you in there? He called. Enter. Scooter tried the door handle. It wouldn't budge. That's easy for you to say, said Scooter. This door is stuck. Just a second, said Gonzo. Scooter heard all sorts of thumps, bumps, creaks, and crashes from behind the closed door. Try again now, said Gonzo. This time the door opened a few inches. Scooter was just able to squeeze through. Wow, he said, panting a little as he caught his breath. This place is even more of a wreck than usual. Scooter, cried Gonzo excitedly. Wait till you see my project. He pointed proudly toward a small space in the middle of the room. Something was there, covered by a large patched tablecloth. I can't wait, said Scooter, looking for somewhere, anywhere, to sit down. Ta-da! Said Gonzo proudly as he pulled the tablecloth away. Scooter stared in amazement. He saw something that looked like a skateboard, except that it had a big crank on the back and a funny sort of propeller on the front. The whole thing made a rumbly sound and smelled a little funny. What is that? Said Scooter. That, said Gonzo proudly, is my fungus-powered skateboard. There is nothing like it anywhere else in the world. That may be a good thing, mumbled Scooter. And now to try it out, said Gonzo, who had not heard Scooter. Okay, said Scooter. Let's go out to the driveway. No, I'll try it right here, said Gonzo, rubbing his hands together excitedly. Are you sure? Said Scooter, looking nervously around Gonzo's unbelievably messy room. There's not much room in here to ride a skateboard. Sure, I'm sure, said Gonzo, hopping on board. Here we go. Scooter hid his eyes. Gonzo turned a crank on the back of his contraption, making a noise that sounded a little like a firecracker and a lot like a broken popcorn popper. Gonzo's crazy skateboard started to move. Oh no! Yelled Gonzo as his skateboard crashed into a huge and teetery pile of old hats. Flop went the hats as they crashed down on around Gonzo. Boom went a huge bass drum that was knocked down by the hats. Bump, 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 bump went a big pile of old tires that were scattered by the drum. Screech went a bunch of white mice that were freed when a rolling tire hit their cage door. Thud went a stack of empty oatmeal boxes that had tumbled down when the mice bonked into them. Slosh went a jar of pond water that was knocked over by one of the oatmeal boxes. Glub, said Gonzo in surprise, as he was drenched with cold water. Gonzo, shouted Scooter, who had climbed to safety on top of a wet and messy mountain of garbage bags. Are you all right? I think so, said Gonzo, picking himself up in a daze. Suddenly he stood up. My skateboard! He cried. Where did it go? Gonzo's skateboard was hidden somewhere in the enormous mess that was his room. Oh no! My bedroom has swallowed my skateboard, said Gonzo. I've got to find it! I don't want to miss the science fair. Will you help me, Scooter, please? Scooter sighed. I'll help you, Gonzo, he said, if you promise that this time you'll clean up your room and that you'll keep it clean from now on. I'll do anything you say, said Gonzo in a desperate voice. Just please help me find my skateboard. I always thought something terrible would happen in here, said Scooter as he lifted piles of junk. You seem to have the messiest room I've ever seen. I guess it is pretty messy in here, all right, said Gonzo. I didn't realize it had gotten this bad. Scooter and Gonzo worked hard, but it was slow going. Hurry, Scooter, said Gonzo in a worried voice. The science fair is starting really soon. It took a while to make this mess, said Scooter, and it will take a while to find our way through it. For more than an hour they searched for the skateboard. Gonzo was beginning to lose hope. Then he saw his skateboard. It was partly hidden by a huge pile of chicken posters. Gonzo scrambled crazily through the pile. I've got it! He shrieked. Come on, Scooter, let's go! Gonzo and Scooter hopped onto the skateboard. Gonzo wound the crank. With a crackle-pow boom, they sped out of the house and down the sidewalk. In no time, they were at the school building. They ran into the gym, coming to a stop right in front of the science fair judge, Miss Feely. Whew! We made it, panted Gonzo. Gonzo and Scooter, I'm glad to see you. Tell me about your invention, Gonzo, said Miss Feely. This fungus-powered skateboard was made entirely from things I found, said Gonzo. And the fungus was grown on the fungus farm that I keep under my porch. You did a great job, said Miss Feely. I'm very impressed. Does that mean I win? Said Gonzo hopefully. Yes, you win first prize, said Miss Feely, giving Gonzo a blue ribbon. Yippee! Screeched Gonzo. Scooter, I won! Hooray! Said Gonzo. As they rode home, Scooter said, my messy room almost stopped us from getting to the science fair, Scooter. I don't want to live like that anymore. What will you do? Asked Gonzo. I have an idea for some new inventions, said Gonzo. Come by tomorrow morning and I'll show you. First thing the next morning, Scooter came to Gonzo's room. Gonzo opened the door and said, I've done it! I will never live in filth and confusion again. Scooter was completely amazed. Gonzo's room was spotless. "How did you do it?" asked Scooter. "With my 2 new inventions," said Gonzo proudly. "Here's my fungus-powered cleanup cart." He pointed with pride to a new machine that looked a little like his science fair project. "And here's my super storage station." Scooter looked at Gonzo's amazing new inventions. Then he broke into a wide grin. "I guess you've got your science fair project for next year already," he said. "Yes," agreed Gonzo. "And I'll even be able to find it." Hi kids, welcome to the world of Muppet Kids. The Muppet Kids are Kermit, Piggy, Fozzie, and all their friends. Only they're about your age now. Muppet Kids go to school, play together, and have good times and bad times. They have all different kinds of families and all different kinds of feelings. In short, they're a lot like you. I hope you enjoy reading this book and that you find a lot of your world in their world. Jim Henson.